Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, and Faurot Field, named for the father of the split T, where the Missouri Tiger fans are hoping that they put together a big W. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Florida Gators, taking on a team from the SEC, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Using his legs, it's Floyd. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, or proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC team's here all the time?
Running toward the tape. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Looking for a man, it's Bush. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window.
It's so hard for these DBs to try to match up with this guy one-on-one, the back end. He's just too big, and he's just able to run the corner out-muscle everybody for the football, and haul in the catch.
Pulled down after a pickup of 3, balls at the 13. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Coming after him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. And that is no good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Going to the running game. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
When you play zone coverage, and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Quick strike complete. Plows through the defense. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll throw it on first down. That's caught. It's Breeze. And he'll be brought down.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
The play-action fake. Caught near the sticks. It's Woodhead. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Makes the grab down the middle. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Trying play action. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision.
All right, we got the completion. We got some yardage. We got some positive yards. Now we're in fourth and manageable. And you dang right, we're going for this puppy. We got our fourth down play ready to roll. We're calling it in.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers! What a run for this playmaker to just elude the defense and get in for the score.
And I tell you what, defensively, you can't let this guy get on the edges. You cannot give up contain. When you're defensive ends, you got to stay outside. You got to make sure you know this guy's going to scramble and try to make plays, and you got to make sure you keep him in the pocket.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Gators sending the offense back to work. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute it.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Fires to the right. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Looking downfield, it's Bush. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Snags it down the right side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Got some room headed to the goal line, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gators!
This is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Boise State is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Chris Peterson, this has not been a blowout today on the Smurf turf. They're up by 7 over Memphis. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
On second down, he'll let it fly. The sweet feet buy a little time. Lost, the defense is wide open. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
It's complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Slams ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Missouri!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. First down to start the drive after the break. Running back searching for a hole. Can't get him to the ground.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in a spot. He's in the hole. He's going to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Now the play fake. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
Runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. To throw, it's Bush. Finds his tight end. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Gators are on the move.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting used in motion.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that second down.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Fires to the big fella. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. On the move, it's Floyd. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. The Gators are in the hurry up. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Right on target this time. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Gators will have it 1st and 10.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. Got to get a big gain. Got to get that first down. Nice job. Great nose for the first down.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Looking to throw, it's Bush. Tosses it incomplete.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
And the Gators will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make the play. Defense gets the big stop.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
The give to the back. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. He's looking to throw it. Complete on the shuffle. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
To the ground with the back. At the 40, there he goes. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
He makes the grab. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. He wants to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And how about this young fella? He's slinging the pill, man. His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Tigers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is extended a little further. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
All right, defense, it ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
They'll immediately call timeout. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Between the uprights, it's good. And that lead grows even bigger. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They start this 3rd quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback.
Hit the afterburners, kid. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Wake Forest is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but look at that score. This is a close game. They're up by 11 over the Astronauts. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Bush. Trying to get to it. It's complete on the right side. Still running at the 40. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Tough, physical, hard-nosed running gets it to the 34.
Yeah, and listen, this guy's had a good day. I know they're trailing and they need to put some drives together, but I also wouldn't abandon him because he's had such a monster day, and he's been the bright spot so far for this offense.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Gators look to keep this drive humming.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
On second down, just keeps firing. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on fourth down.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on fourth down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
He leaves it with the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness. And they
fires into traffic, picked off. Trying to take it back. At the 30. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. And it's intercepted. He tried to set up the screen, and the defense was right there. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Looking for a crease to the left. At the 45, on his way. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Now on first down from the 40. He's going to pass. Extending the play. He'll pull it down. Across the 25, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Tigers moving quickly to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Tigers! And the beatdown has ensued.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it's a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Bush. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. Not sure what it is, but he's going for it close to his own end zone. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
And as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
Trying to run it in the red zone. He's got 4, and he's down at the 12. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, going up top. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And this is why defensive coordinators lose sleep at night, because guys like this have the football in their hand almost every single play. 3rd down, nothing open. He makes it happen himself. Now set up with a great scoring opportunity with 1st and goal.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Now, you got to read it quick, right? And he makes a quick decision, gets that thing out of his hands, but make sure your feet are set, and you still got to be accurate even though you're trying to get rid of that ball so fast.
Dances away from the heat. Touchdown, Missouri! And the punishment has been extended. A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the extra point is good. lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him one.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. He clearly doesn't believe in punting, going for it this close to his own end zone. He lofts one down the sideline. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI, and as a result, that defense...
Got enough space. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. On first and goal, Missouri will try to strike Pater. Motion from the offense. They want to run this quarterback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB-designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front, and guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Trying to run it in. Touchdown, Tiger. And the route is on. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. The offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. First down here for the offense. They'll try the counter. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. They'll line up for a second down play. Defense in press coverage. Back to throw, it's Bush. Fires on the move. Hauls it in. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They'll run play action. Throws for the tight end. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here lately.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Taking it the other way. He's at the 10. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Tigers. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Louisville is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up by 21 over Virginia. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Going up top on first down. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. So they'll try to salvage this drive on 2nd and long from the 12. Looking for a man. It's Bush. Fires left. He makes the catch. Off he goes. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Florida.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly, Dave.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Got his man quickly. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the down.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give, and tick, 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 tick. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Buys a little time with his feet. Lets it fly. Wide open downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
We're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Some misdirection with the counter. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense is doing.
And the blitz gets to him just like that.
Offense facing 4th down.
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won.